It's hard to shake off the walled city. Its gravity clings to you as if wretchedness itself has grown tentacles. The sounds of suffering subside, but their echoes still thrum your insides. Gobbet walks slowly, head down and both hands on her stomach, whispering a conversation to someone, or something that only she can see. Her rats are silent and remain hidden in her clothing. Wu pauses a moment and breathes a sigh of relief when you finally reach the streets. But returning to Hoi isn't like coming home. Suspicious looks and closed mouths accent unsmiling faces that billboard a universal message. You don't belong here. Time to report back to Kindly Ching and inform her that message has been delivered. Get this business over with. Get your sin burned. Get on to the next step. Whatever that is. You'll leave the City of Darkness behind, head to the Mahjong Parlor, and a date with the crime lord. Oh, what's this? Something in the streets. A large X fashioned from overlooking strips of peeling duct tape. Oh, nothing. Nothing happens when I step on it. Oh, hey, there's somebody here. Maximum Law. Oh, this is the don't mess with the law guy. I gotta check this guy out. Bins of electronics crowd every dry patch of deck space on this rusty old boat. A young man wearing bulky virtual reality goggles glances your way for a moment and turns away in disdain. I'd like to look at your tech. He doesn't even look at you. Shop's closed. Get lost. Looks like a little kid. Maximum Law. That's hilarious. Oh, the one guy left. Oh shit. Place move around so much. It's kind of cool. I mean, the whole way it's like a floating city. Ooh, he's over here. Oh, what's that? What is it? What's in the paint can? Shamanic salve. A simple magical prepared salve that heals 4 base. Oh, that's nice. Oh, take it. Yeah, I'm a thief. Into the Mahjong Parlor we go. Let's see what happens. Kindly Ching, let's have a conversation. Kindly Ching watches you closely as you walk across the Mahjong Parlor. As you approach, her lieutenant leans in, brings her mouth close to the triad boss's ear. Ching smiles and nods, her eyes never leaving you. There's a twinkle in the straw sandal's eye.
I've heard from Bao. He got my message very clearly. And I understand that there were no casualties created during your delivery run. I am pleased and surprised.
He gave simple instructions. It would take an idiot to mess it up. A wry grin.
You'd be surprised how many idiots I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
My message was delivered, and Strangler Bao is back in the fold, earning for me. As far as I'm concerned, our transaction is complete. While you were gone, I set the wheels in motion to wipe your identities.
She pulls out her PDA, stabs a button with a lacquered fingernail.
The order has been sent.
Oh, that's nice.
Congratulations! You are now sinless. Shuttle people.
Wu exhales heavily. His eyes remain focused straight ahead, but his shoulders sag. I didn't like the way my life was going anyways. Wu pulls himself to his full height. Yeah, well, I had something going in Seattle, Minister. I had my license, I was going freelance, found a storefront in Bellevue where Carter and I were going to set up a shop. Oh, you were going to set up a shop, buddy, huh? Interesting. Now it's all blown to hell. Okay, it's not probably blown to hell because you just got your sin removed. It's probably blown to hell because they shot the fucking person you were going to open the shop with. For fuck's sake, man. Jesus. He clenches a fist. Someone's going to pay for that. Pay for Carter. Whoever gave the kill order on Carter also forced us to give up our identities. And took Raymond. Wu sets his jaw firm. That's all I can think about. Finding who did this. Finding Ray. Kindly Ching holds up a hand.
While I was working to get your sins burned, I also had my network look into Raymond Black's disappearance. I've been thinking about what you told me earlier, and I agree.
She eyes the room carefully and leans in.
I can't just let this lie. Someone killed my runners. It would be a sign of weakness to the Yellow Lotus and others if I do nothing.
She rests her PDA on the mahjong table facing you. The Triad boss's tongue slips from her mouth as she looks over. What? Hunting for the right button on its upside down interface. That what? Tongue slips from her mouth. This is just bizarre. She finds it and looks up at you again.
I have news to share with you, my darlings. The kind you won't like.
It's a vampire, right?
Raymond Black is dead.
She taps the bottom button and a recorded newscast appears on the screen. Raymond's photo appears on the screen behind a reporter standing on the docks in Victoria Harbor. It's a picture you've seen before. A professional portrait taken for a press release about a youth center he was opening in the Redmond Barrens. Under Raymond's photo are the words, Seattle man, killed. Oh, time to do my newscaster. Another shooting involving the police department. A Seattle community organizer, industrial engineer, was apparently shot and killed while resisting arrest at Victoria Harbor last night. He wasn't even there. HKPF police report that the UCAS man, Raymond Black, was behaving erratically and would not respond to police orders to surrender. No additional information regarding Black or why he was traveling to Hong Kong are available. Police have stated that due to his shooting's proximity to last night's shootout with the White Star, the investigation must remain confidential, and no other details are being revealed at this time. Kindly Ching taps the button again and the video closes. Wu puts his hands on his face. This just keeps getting worse. It definitely ain't getting any better. Raymond's dead. Wu puts his hand over his mouth, trying to process the information. He sways. For a moment it looks like he's going to pass out. Isabel reaches out to touch Wu, thinks better of it, and pulls her hand back. Sorry for your loss. I never had a father, so I don't really know what it's like to lose one, but sorry. Yeah, Raymond dies the same night we're ambushed. That is not a coincidence. And Duncan agrees. No fucking way. Conley taps the video close. She hunts around the keypad and selects another button.
I'm afraid that's not all, my darlings. This is security footage from Victoria Harbor from last night. You'll find it contains a contradiction.
Ooh, hey. The PDA shows silent grainy video footage of Raymond sitting in a tea shop, flanked by two guards. He's looking down at something in his hand, completely distracted. I don't see anybody sitting down. I'm guessing that's Ray. Those are two guards. And there's 4 people. The footage continues, and a camera displays several black-clad figures entering its field of view from different angles, guns ready. A tall, sharply dressed man in a suit walks briskly towards Raymond, flanked by 2 more. Okay, I don't know who's who. Raymond stands to face him, and the camera gets a clear view of the suit's face. White plastic. What? His guards turn to draw weapons, and muzzle flashes are up from all sides. One of Raymond's guards goes down, and his submachine gun fires wildly, hitting the camera. White plastic? What the fuck? Wu puts his hand on the table and leans in. Those weren't cops, and Raymond wasn't resisting arrest. What's with that guy's face? Gobbet reaches up to stroke the rat perched on her shoulder. Is that a mask? It doesn't look like a mask. It's like some sort of semi-rigid plastic implant. Real craftsmanship. She pushes out her lower lip in appreciation. Quite the fashion accessory. It's also the kind of fashion accessory that stands out in a crowd. This guy's either a fool or an arrogant son of a bitch. He sets his jaw firm. Either way, I'm gonna find him. Kindly Ching watches Wu intently.
I believe you.
Wu stands back and turns to you. What now? We find plastic face man, drag him somewhere private, and make him dig his own hole, then we fill it. I like that one. Ching's eyes sparkle.
I like the way you think. That is exactly what I would do. But how? I'm afraid there are some facts you are going to have to face.
She puts on a grave face.
You are alone in this country. No network, no money, no identity. I can protect you from the police, but how would you go about discovering what happened to Raymond without me? How would you survive?
Oh dear. Kindly wipes her hands across a stack of tiles, spreading the ivory-colored pieces across the table.
You've had a very long night, my sweets. Very long. And frankly, you all look like shit. Rest now. I promise you safety in my town for the night. We'll talk about the plastic-faced man tomorrow.
Kindly gestures to Gobbet and Isabel.
Ladies, go find our new friends a place to bed down in that rat's nest squat boat you call home. We'll all talk after you've slept. Figure out our next steps together.
Nifty. Yes, Auntie. Yes, Auntie. Thank you for your help. Can I ask you a question, Auntie?
No questions, my darling. Sleep. Sleep. I'll figure out what to do with you in the morning.
Ah, shit. Let's go, Minister. I'm beat to hell. But I have questions, damn it! Questions I want answered! Oh well. Leaving the Mahjong parlor. Let's go check out this houseboat. They got a houseboat. Where is it? Holy shit! That's not a houseboat, that's a fucking liner. A bolt hole? Actually, it's not. It's a fishing trawler. Oh, that was bigger. It's huge compared to some of the other boats, but yeah, it's just a fishing boat. Interesting. You two can bunk here for a while. She nods with her nose towards the hatch. You've each got ahead to take care of your necessaries. Try to knock before you enter someone else's, okay? Seriously. I know the drill. Wu turns to you. Stinks of fish, just like that place we squatted at on Leary Avenue back when we were kids. The one with that Aslan family and their dog. Aslan is Mexico, by the way. Actually, a little more than Mexico because they kind of captured part of Texas, too. Just for the people who don't know Shadowrun. You hated that dog. He kept digging out my food stash. No matter where I hid it, he'd find it and scarf down a week's worth of grub. He wipes his nose with a gloved hand. Still, it was sad what happened to him and the family. No one should go out that way. He stretches. His spine pops like a handful of firecrackers. I think I've been up for something like 36 hours straight. He drops his arm. And this has been one shit stain of a day. Time to end it. York turns to you, raises an eyebrow. Anything you need before I leave you to it? Is it just you and Isabel living here? Yeah. Gobbet's mouth screws up a bit. Now that Nightjar and Gunshot are gone, it's just us. The squeal of metal grinding on metal rips through the boat. It sounds like it's coming from the level below. And the creepy Russian guy renting the engine room downstairs. What, you got a creepy Russian guy in the engine room? What the fuck? Nothing to worry about. He mostly keeps to himself. She checks her PDA. He'll stop soon. He's usually quiet by now. Yeah. Is there a place for my stuff? Yeah, check the locker over there. You can stash your stuff there. No one will touch your things in here. It's a lot bigger than it looks. How'd you get your hands on this place? How do people like us get our hands on anything? We found it. Doesn't seem too bad. You found it empty. He sweeps his eyes across the cabin and doubt is plain on his face. Somebody abandoned a prime place of real estate like this? She shrugs. Close enough. It was full of BTL junkies when we came across it. They were completely wigged out on some multiplayer cyber game. I'm not sure they ever chipped out of it. They were completely emaciated, stewing in piles of their own shit. Their eyes had sunk into their skulls. Pretty gruesome stuff. Damn. They racked up a killer score, though. Oh, God. True, they had the moves. Should have hung an IV while they were playing, though. Turns out nutrition is important. So, what happened? Did they die? She shrugs. Nightjar ran them out. Not sure what happened to them after that. Anyways, it's ours now. Auntie Cheng says so. Oh, but the engine room, you mean? Right, everything but that. Auntie rented it out from under us. That must have pissed you off. She shrugs. Whatever, we weren't using it. As long as our downstairs neighbor keeps to himself, he can have the lower level. Especially if it keeps Auntie Cheng happy. I think I'm gonna have a look around. Okay, but get some sleep soon. You look like you could use it. Go see Kindly in the morning. Figure out our next move. Okay. Nothing I can do here. Let's see what's in this fishing trawler. My bunk, a stash. What's in my stash? A mustache preview. Nothing much. Confirm. Okay. Let's go with the stairs here. There's Isabel's room. And there's Gobbet's room. I want to meet the Russian. Oh, fuck. It looks like, for some reason, this boat has no stairwell to the engine room. Ain't that fucked up? No stairwell to the waterfront? That's just bizarre. Who has no stairwell to their engine room? That just doesn't make sense for a ship. Yeah. The cot in your cabin is neatly made. The crisp-looking sheets and insulated plastic blanket. A fine layer of dust coats its surface. Been a long time since anybody slept here. Let's go to sleep, everybody. Ooh. Creepy. I still say vampires. Ooh, maybe it'll be the Chinese vampires and they'll hop. Hop. Have you ever seen those hopping vampires? They're really weird looking. It's not really something that I think they do anyways. The dream is suffocating. The shifting tunnel of glass and steel, the towering silhouette of dark majesty, the shadowy doorway, and the teeth. See? See? Vampires. They snap at your heels as you draw your way back to consciousness. You open your eyes to Duncan looming over you. He shakes your shoulder roughly. Minister! Come on, Minister, wake up! We gotta go talk to Kindly. The others have already left. Was I drooling? He lets go of your shoulder and smirks. You were sucking your thumb pretty hard. Ugh. I miss my blanket. Ooh, He looks around at the room. Yeah, I miss a lot of things. He then cocks his thumb at the hatch. We gotta go. I've been trying to wake you for a while now. You were thrashing around in your sleep. Thrashing around. Nah, let's get going. Glad you did. I was having a hell of a nightmare. Yeah, I'll do thrashing around. Yeah, you were clawing at the air. Clawing, huh? Did I say anything? Nah, you just mumbled a bit. Nothing I could make out. He scowls. I didn't sleep well either. Bad dream. What about? He shrugs. I never remember my dreams all that well. It was probably motion sickness. Not used to sleeping on a boat. I woke up a little while ago and hit the head, and I came back and woke you. You doing okay? I'll survive. His fingers hit a knot. He winces. But man, nothing's gone right since we stepped foot in this country. I'll tell you something though. This is after a full night's sleep. I don't believe Ray's dead. What makes you say that? Think about it. That statement from the cops on the newscast could be fake. Ours was. And surveillance footage. We never saw Raymond get shot. The camera was hit by stray gunfire. His passion is intense, but contained. Focused. Raymond's alive, Minister. I know it. You make a good case, Officer Wu. He smiles. His teeth are white and straight and perfect. These people put way too many ands in these. It's white, straight, and perfect. Not white and straight and perfect. Too many ands. Too many ands. Oh well, back to reading. Should have been a detective instead of a headbuster, right? His smile fades. God, I feel like I'm 12 years old again, squatting on a stinking trawler. My partner's gone. Raymond's gone. Hell, I'm gone. I don't even have a name anymore. And now I can't even go to sleep and hide from them all without having a nightmare. His jaw tightens, and his teeth grind so loud you can hear it. It'd sound better if it just said his jaw tightens, his teeth grind so loud you can hear it. Put like a period or maybe a semicolon in there. Oh well. What else is going to be taken away from me? You still got that piercing you got in Tacoma. I like that one. You still got that piercing you got in Tacoma. I had to drop that. Hygiene issues. Wu struggles to smile. He fails. What the hell did we fall into here, Minister? I mean, what's coming next? Isn't it obvious? Look around. We're sinless, living in the shadows, dealing with criminals. Wu was silent for a moment. All you get is a blank expression. You're thinking of becoming a Shadowrunner. He says it without judgment. Just a statement of fact. What do you think that jaunt to the walled city was? He crosses his arm, considering. It was a test. The Triad One was testing us. Shadowrunners. Oh man. I gotta think about this. He shakes his head slowly, lets out a groan. This isn't supposed to be this way. I'm supposed to be a cop. That wasn't a groan, that was more of a sigh, but you know what? Screw it. Sigh, groan, 220, 221. Whatever. And I want a pony, but we play the cards we're dealt. He drops his hand to his hip and takes a couple deep breaths. That's right, that's right. It's like Ray always said. When the winds of change blow, some people build walls. Shut up, Duncan, and let Minister do the talking. Life is improvisation. Actually, I'm not going to do the smartass one this time. I'm going to do when the winds of change blow. Some people build walls. Others build windmills. He chuckles finally. Raymond never said that. It was our housekeeper, Miss Maloney. They had a housekeeper? I thought they were dirt poor. What's with this backstory and people coming out of nowhere? She had a toot-toot on her back, right? How'd you see it? Don't mess with me, man. You know I've got anger management issues. He checks his watch. Gavin and Isabel left a while ago. We should get going. See what that Triad lady has to say. Yay, more dialogue. 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 More dialogue. More dialogue. We're going to see more dialogue. Oh, baby. You know what? What's over here? We haven't been over here. Hey, there's someone I can talk to. Somebody else. Reliable Matthew. How big is this place? Let's see. Actually, I think I came to the end over there, and I don't think it's too much farther over there, too, so... Let's see what Reliable Matthew has to say. This tall, lanky Hong Konger regards you with a sickly smile. He holds a smoking cigarillo limply in his hands, and he is surrounded by drones. Smooth jazz plays on tinny speakers. Hi, I'm Gremlin. He lazily waves you off the cigarillo. Man, I said it last show. I said that a bunch of times, and I just can't get it up today. I don't know. Hey, no deals for outsiders. Move it along, beautiful. Move it along. I'm a dude. Weird. I guess I am an elf. So there. And nothing over here. That looks pretty funky. It's like a magic store or something. What's up over here? Run, 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 run. I need how you have to jump over boats and stuff instead of like the regular. Ooh, hey, somebody over here. Who's this? Spider Shin. Spider Shin's pretty thin, right? Haha. The monk proprietor of this stall regards you coldly as you approach. Before you can even utter a word, you're interrupted. Nothing for sale here, not for you. You want to buy something, you get kindly Chang to vouch for you first. Until then, screw off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I'm not gonna be able to buy nothing, but let's see what else is over here. That's neat. I think I've been over here. There's Club 88. He ain't gonna let us in. Maximum Law didn't want to talk to us. Bastard. You know he's got a cool boat. Don't mess with the law. Use the intercom. What's this? A massive steel security door set into a bunker-like concrete wall. There is no sign or identification of what this place is. A battered intercom is encased in a cage of welded steel and armor glass. Grainy letters are barely readable on the screen. Chrome Alley, medical services and mechanical repair. Premises protected by deadly weapons and infectious diseases. Ew. Now walk away. I don't want to get syphilis. Hey, it's an infectious disease. Totally infectious.